Hey guys, Adam Winch here with Defenders USA and
Tory Soper from Soper Firearms Training.
Hey guys, we got a real treat for you here today. We're going to lay out the stuff that he carries on a daily basis, and I'm going to bring the camera in close so you can see every one of them, and then he's going to pick them up and show them to you and talk about what he's got, right? Just an idea what his everyday carry is, or oftentimes called in the gun world EDC, what his everyday carry is, and then I'm going to lay mine out and do the exact same thing. You're going to find some real similarities here. So I'm going to step off camera, bring it in, and it's all yours, brother.
Let's do it. We're good. So something to remember is my EDC is not going to be your EDC. This is the stuff that I've chose to carry. Of course, I have my holster from Haven Defense. I have my Walther PDP. I carry just a small pocket knife, just for whatever. I am a strong believer in a flashlight. This particular flashlight is a Mod Light 18650. I would turn it on, but it would blast out everything.
How many lumens is that thing?
This has got 86,000 lumen. This thing will, I'll tell you what, I've melted pants. I've accidentally turned it on and melted my pants. I'm a firm believer in a good OC spray.
Yep.
Now this is a POM OC, and I really, a lot of ums on me today. I really like this because it's small, it's compact, it fits, but if I need it, it lines right up in my hand. When I come out, my thumb's right here, my finger's right here, it's ready to go.
Okay.
And of course my phone. You gotta have a phone these days.
Right. You got to fight, move, and communicate. This
Exactly.
is your communication device.
It. Another thing that I have decided that I want to carry, not only on a defensive issue, but because of what I do for a living, I see a lot of car accidents. I drive a truck for a living. That is my day job. So I carry a trauma kit. And this trauma kit is from Wilderness Tactical.
Which is right here in Phoenix, by the way.
Oh, that's right, it is.
Right here in Phoenix.
And this is a setup that I've got through Active Self-Protection with John Correa. This is something that they've done together with. And you get a tourniquet, some chest seals, latex gloves. They're not latex, they're
the non-latex gloves.
The non-latex gloves. You get some bandage, and there's some other stuff you get in here. And I don't want to take all day on this video, but this is great for just about anything you're going to run into. Whether it be you just got to stop somebody's bloody nose from a car wreck, or you got the tourniquet if you are in a shooting. I really like this set. This one's probably 2 years old. That's really good,
sustained well for that time frame.
Yeah, there's a little fraying, but nothing serious. And once I get it on, I don't even know it's there. It's on my ankle. I keep it on my left ankle. I never know it's there.
Okay, so let's go through these real quick.
Okay.
So you said this is by Haven Defense CO, right? It's a really good friend of mine. In fact, he's an instructor with Defenders USA. Brent Hickman. Him and his lovely wife, Marissa, they're just incredible people. So
I can't wait to meet him. Brent.
Yeah, incredible people. So you wear appendix.
I wear appendix on the right side.
With the soft loops.
I have chosen the soft loops simply because they're a little bit easier to get off. I don't feel like I got to fight them.
And then you've also put a wedge on here, right?
And I have the wedge because I like that grip to sit in a little tighter, and I like to twist it around to the right side just a little bit more.
So guys, what that wedge does, that wedge drives the gun more into the stomach here. And then there's also a wing on this side. I don't know if you can see it, a wing on this side. So when the belt goes through and goes across, it twists that wing. So it twists here, and and the wedge drives in here. So it just basically disappears on your person.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've got that. Of course, your PDP. He carries a PDP because, you know.
Because it's the best.
It's not the best.
Okay, let's have the VP9 PDP battle.
Okay, mea culpa here. I'm a brand ambassador for H&K, and I love H&K handguns. I got a VP9. I'll show it to you in a minute. But he carries the Walther PDP, which I got to tell you, if I wasn't an H&K guy, this would be my second choice. Yeah, absolutely not first, second choice. I think it's a fantastic gun. There's two different features on here that I personally don't like, but he does like, and I got to tell you, in all other aspects, this thing's fantastic. fantastic.
Yeah,
Now, you're also a dot guy. Can you tell us about your dot?
Okay, so I run a Holosun 507C version 2. I run it in a dot only, but you can run that circle only, dot circle, or dot only. I myself was running dot circle, and I found that at some of the longer distances,
It's too busy. It's too much
there's too
information.
much there.
Yeah, too much.
And when, say you're shooting at a B8, and if I'm at 3, 5, 7 yards, I could take that circle, and it would ring right around that black area of the B8,
Gotcha.
and my dot would be on the X.
Gotcha.
But once I get out there,
Go ahead.
it is so busy, and
So this is what he means by a B8, right?
Yes.
One of these targets right here, that 8-inch circle there, and then you got the 9, the 10. It's really an 8-inch circle,
Yeah.
so that's what he's talking about by a B8.
yeah, and when I get out there to the 20, 25 yard, that circle and that dot is covering that whole black.
Okay.
So now I don't really know where I'm at. So I've gone back to just the dot,
Okay.
so I can put it. I know it's inside
Exactly
the black
where it's
at
at.
least. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then this is the flashlight. You said the mod.
The mod. This is the Mod Light 18650
Okay.
with the OKW head.
Okay.
Now let me warn you, that's expensive.
Yeah, they're like $350
They're
bucks.
about $350. But at 86,000 lumen, let me tell you, that thing will light up anything. I've been stuck in my big truck. I've had broke down, and I've had to warn traffic to get over with it, and I can warn them way down the road.
Okay. So, and then you got the POM Pepper Spray. You do the same thing I do, which he's got the clip on the side. So that little pocket clip that goes there, plastic clip. So with all this, where you also have a little pocket knife here. Where do you carry your pocket knife?
I just keep it in my left front pocket.
So left front pocket. So your gun.
I don't
your
carry.
left front. So your
I
gun's
don't
here, your
carry
left
anything in my
front. Okay.
right pocket except for my pepper spray.
Okay, so you carry your pepper spray on your dominant side by the
Yes,
gun.
yes.
You carry this,
On my left side,
and where? In a pocket?
in my pocket,
Okay.
right here.
Okay. So you put it up top there. Okay.
Yep.
And then, of course, wallet. You carry your
I
wallet.
got my wallet.
In your left.
In my left pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Left pocket. And then, because where do you put your cell phone?
So my cell phone, that is one thing wrong pants. These are some different pants, but I have some pants. They have a slit
Sexy pants.
right here up front. And that cell phone fits right in there.
Okay.
And it's right here. It comes right in and out.
Okay.
It's easy. And it's still away from the gun. But support hand, phone, gun.
Okay. So because you showed it, you also have a belt on. What kind of belt do you carry?
So this is give me a minute. I'm losing. I've had this thing forever.
So it's got the quick clip and the Velcro.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, let me say this. I'm getting rid of this. This Cobra buckle here is huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
So I can't have a mag holder here. I can't have, because I do keep it twisted so that this belt has two thicknesses.
So you guys, if you'll turn a little bit here, if you guys will notice, you'll see a theme. So he's off to the side over here with his belt buckle. Like my hot little wife, when she carries a concealed gun in her daily life, I guess you'd say,
yes.
she does the same thing. She offsets it. I do the same. I offset over to this side. So you're going to see a theme amongst appendix carriers, offset belts.
Yeah, it just gives you, because like I said, this belt, you have this little area here that's a little thinner, and then they thicken it up for your clips.
Okay. And then you carry this, you said, on your left ankle.
That's on my left ankle.
And the shears that are there, which side is it? To the back, to the side,
So
the front? Where do you put it?
My shears are kind of to the left, but in the middle.
So think of if your leg is through it,
Yes.
you kind of have it off to the left, but more in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you guys
And,
see
and
this.
if you'll notice, you can see some of this is poking up.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've just folded the edges down. They don't poke you. They're not sure.
Doesn't bother you at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, guys and girls, just wanted you to see what his everyday carry is. We're going to go ahead and pause the camera. I'll start back up, and I'll have mine laid out so you can take a look at that too. I think you have some really good choices, and I think they're going to see, and you and I are going to see, we have some common themes.
Oh, that'd be very good.
All right, cool. Okay, guys, you just saw all of his EDC or his everyday carry, so I want to show you mine. In fact, while we're doing this, I'm going to bring the camera in close. I'll step off from the camera, and I'm going to bring this in close so you can see. Now, I actually carry every bit of this on my body everywhere I go, everywhere. I have also a different holster that I use sometimes called a Phister Enigma rig. It's not in the picture, but it's got a Haven Defense CO holster on there. But I just wanted you to see some of these things, and I'll bring them back into the picture here in a second as we talk these things through. Alrighty.
That Enigma's been a game changer.
Boy, it is, isn't it?
I don't have one yet. But
I wish I'd thought of it. Okay. All right. So first of all, this is a Haven Defense CO holster, right? I have this one. I have another one here. And then I have an Enigma that's in a bag over here. I don't have time to just pull out and show you. I didn't think to pull it out. So notice on both of these, this is my personal one. You can see all good the nastiness inside because I've carried this for a long, long time. This one too is built by Haven Defense Co. or Haven Defense CO. Now I have the 2 clips on my holster. Now he has the soft loops. I found I didn't like the soft loops personally. I like I think they call DCC
clips.
Yeah, DCC clips. I got the hard DCC clips. And notice they're spread wide apart. There are the DCC clips that are kept close together.
It's called the monoblock.
Yeah, the monoblock. That's like this one right here. So if you see those clips right here, they're close together. I don't like those very much. I feel they twist on my body, right? Because I carry appendix. So I want the hard DCC clips that are wide enough apart so it distributes across the belt line, the waistline better. And because they're spread, it doesn't move as much. It also has the wing. And I have a wedge that goes on the back so that when it goes to my body, it drives it up to the appendix area. And then that belt holds everything down. So when I put my full-size, duty-size weapon on with a flashlight and a dot on the gun, it disappears. You don't even know I'm carrying it.
Well, and those DCC clips, if you notice, they're thinner.
Yeah.
Like my loops.
Yeah, they're thin. So I found with me for those loops, like this, when you go to the side, if you notice, those loops for me, when I had them, they seemed to puff out at my shirt.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and there was always a puff there, and I didn't like it. So,
just a little bit.
And I like how easily they go on and off, but at the same time, I like that solid direction. Either way, I think they're both
they're both great.
They're both good. Okay, so I carry that, and of course, this is the handgun that I carry. This is a H&K VP9. Now this one's had a lot of use, right? I've had it for...
That's come in and out of the holster just a few times.
Yeah, just once or twice, right? And I've had it for about 2 years now. I bought this one, and I have also put, if you can see it, the Jerkman custom grips on here.
I was wondering if those were Jerkmans.
Yep, the Jerkman custom grips on there. I had a certain grip, like a sanding grip on there, but I've used it so much and so long and so hard, it's starting to wear itself down.
Time for some new ones.
So yeah, and I've got an Holosun 507C version 2 green dot. I like the green because the human eye sees more rays of green than it does of red, and I find the red dots, I oftentimes would lose them sometimes in different environments or sunlight or something. It wasn't as well.
Yeah,
but the green always to me stands out, and I just like green.
Well, I think that's a conversation to get into at some point, but I like the green, but where I shoot, it's green.
Yeah, I get it.
So I lose it.
So I also have suppressor sights on mine because of the way this is set up. And then I carry a little TLR-7A light on the front of my gun. Now there's a lot of trainers out there and people that'll tell you you don't need a light on your gun. And I can understand that. I also know that I had one instance where I had to pull a gun in defense of life. I was not on duty. I was a total civilian at the time. And I had to hold a flashlight with one hand and a handgun with another hand, dealing with 2 very, very grumpy, angry subjects. And I wish so bad I'd had a light at the time because it was late. It was like 3 in the morning. So for me, I purposely carry a light on my gun for that reason. Okay, so likelihood of ever using is very low, but for me, that's just how it is. Okay, so I also carry... Okay, and this is a controversy amongst the gun world. I carry a spare magazine. Now, my appendix carry holster goes here, and my magazine goes right here, okay? Now, the reason being is, well, my handgun carries 17 rounds, plus one of the chambers, so that's 18 rounds. There's another 17 rounds right here. What if it's an active shooter situation? It doesn't always end in 5 or 10 or 15 rounds. It might take more. More importantly, I've had to use a gun before. And when I got done, there was empty holes in my gun. And it was a very comforting thing to me at the time because I was a little elevated. It was a very comforting to me at the time to be able to instantly take a brand new magazine, fully load that gun back up, take that partially empty magazine, put it in my pocket, and I now knew I had a fully loaded gun. I even had more ammo on my person. So for me, though this in the gun world, people say you don't need this, and you don't. You just almost never do. One, using a gun is like getting hit by lightning, right? We still have about 2 million incidents per year that happen in the U.S. So it can happen. I just like to have a little bit more just in case.
Well, like I said before, a lot of this is personal. Some of it's just personal choice.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to do your EDC for you.
Yep. Okay. So next thing I carry, and you know what? Hang on one second. I'll be right back.
Do 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 do. Intermission. Do 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 do.
Okay. So obviously he's a fine looking man, so thank you for taking the time to stare at him. Okay, so next thing I carry with me is I carry a tourniquet. Okay, this is a soft TW, soft T wide tourniquet. I'm not a fan of the Cat 7s. I know so much of the gun world in America loves the Cats. I am not a fan of the Cat for a lot of reasons we'll talk about some other time in another video. Okay. So soft TW, and I noticed you have the soft T.
I have the soft T.
You have the soft T in your kit, which I thought was fantastic, right? So I have the soft TW that I carry. I don't keep it in my ankle hole pouch. I just don't. One, it rubs against my ankle. I have a different ankle pouch than he does. But what I do is I purposely carry it down in my back left pocket. So I can, if I get injured, whatever else, I can access with either my right or my left hand. But I know that oftentimes in gunfights, people get their shooting hand hurt. So I want to be able to access it with my left hand.
Yeah, okay.
So I purposely carry it in my back left pocket back here. Okay, so I keep it there. It's already pre-staged. I got a black rubber band around it. So all I got to do is just rip the rubber band off or pull on this tab and it comes out ready to go. So that's how I carry that. I have a medical kit like he does. He has the Wilderness Tactical. This one is built by... it's a cop down in Tucson or something, and I can't even read it. Rikers or something. I don't know. I got it through a buddy. But it's an ankle, or AFAC, an ankle individual for ankle. IFAC. Yeah. It's an AFAC, right? AFAC. Ankle medical kit. And I have chest seals, coagulating agents, bandages, duct tape. I don't know. I got gloves stuffed in here. I got all sorts of things stuffed in here. And like he does, I folded mine down too because they're just fine. My chest seals are the Halo chest seals because I like those. They're really big and they work really well, even on hairy dudes. So I carry those, and I carry this like he does. Actually, unlike he does, he carries on the left. I carry it on my right ankle. I just do because I figure I'm going to it with my left hand. It might be easier to go to my right ankle than it is to my left ankle. Okay. So that's how I carry those. So that's my medical gear on me. I also carry a pocket knife. This is a really sharp pocket knife. And I actually just got this from Brian and Shelley Hill of The Complete Combatant. It was actually a gift. It was a gift from them just 2 weeks ago. I was so impressed. What I love is a Tonto blade because you can stab through car doors, hard things a lot better with a Tonto blade. I was going to
ask you about that later tonight.
So I like a good Tonto blade. It has a good hilt right here. So if I'm having to stab with this thing, it stops my hand instead of going onto it. Although I'm not going to stab, I'm going to slash with a knife. But it's an easily opening one to where I carry it on my right hand side in my hip pocket right here beside where, it's an appendix gun. But I want my hand to be able to go to my knife and go straight to this and use this type of thing. So I keep it on that side, and it's the only thing I put in my right hand pocket. Okay, so besides my knife, of course, wallet, back left pocket, all my identification, everything is in there, concealed carry permits. And I also use the same pepper spray he does. I use the POM Pepper Spray, and the clip, the pocket clip just broke off just yesterday, literally. So I got to put the clip back on. But I keep this with that clip in my left pocket because my reasoning, having had to use pepper sprays before, right? I've had to several different times. My reasoning is I want this hand always ready to go to the gun. So I use my left as my pepper spray tool, and that's how I do it. Okay. So I know other people say, I have a good friend, our friend John Cree of Active Self Protection, he keeps it on this side. Most people I know do. For me, having used it, I just know this is easier for me. And I set up in a way to where when it comes out, with that little lip that you can see right there, that lip, that tells me it's the front, so I know exactly how to use it. And I do practice with this thing, and I replace it every once in a while, about once a year or so. Okay, so I carry it there. Then I also have a flashlight. Now, I don't have that cool fancy flashlight he does. I want one, but they're 350 bucks. And I got two little boys, these little rats.
I'm single, so...
Well, these two little stinking boys, they like to take my good flashlights and they like to disappear them. And after spending hundreds of dollars on good flashlights, I started buying cheaper flashlights. So I wouldn't say cheaper, but it's not nearly as powerful. This is a Streamlight IG or Streamlight ProTac 1 LA11 or I don't know, something like that.
Streamlight's a good light. I keep them in my big truck.
Great light. It's got the rear switch to the back, so it's thumb activated. I tend to use the overhand method versus... with a handgun, I tend to do an overhand method. If I pull a gun, right, I've got one hand on the gun, one hand on the light, versus maybe the Harry's technique, the Teeter's technique, all these others. I tend to use this one right here if I do happen to go to a gun. So I keep this light. I like how small and compact it is. It still puts out, I think, about 500 or 800 lumens. It's a lot. And I keep it on a clip, and I tend to wear cargo pants. And if you can see this, I put it right here on my left cargo pant pocket so I can go immediately to it straight to the button. So that's where I tend to keep it.
Quick question for you. If you notice, we're all kind of wearing this little different pant. Do you think your positioning of some of this would change with a different type of tactical pant? With a different pocket layout?
Yeah. Like some don't have even pants, cargo pockets on the side. So if that's the case, I oftentimes put it right here next to my magazine.
Okay.
So I've got the magazine here, I've got my light here, my pepper spray here, and so I go there. So like with the Enigma or board shorts or other shorts that don't have pockets like this, great. Okay. All right. So now, the other thing I think we need to have, right, because we need to, the military says shoot, move, and communicate. I would say fight, move, and communicate. So of course, this is your communication device. This is your oh help me device, right? But it's an aftermath. So a lot of people tell me they keep it on their left side because they want gun, they want phone. I do something completely different. Okay, I have gun here, and when I have cargo pants like this goes on my right side, and it's always camera down, the hole for the charging port up, and the phone facing into my body.
So you're just coming straight up.
Yeah, the reason being, if I've gone to a gun, right, I don't want to be on a phone. I do not want to split my attention between a gun and dealing with a phone. Right? And the only time we get to phones is when we know we're safe. That means we're safe enough to have holstered that gun up and put it away to now take the time to get to a phone. So because that, knowing, especially having been under stress before and how hard it is, I want it in my right hand. So I will take, by the way, blue gun, right? Dumb gun. It's a training gun. There's nothing in there. There's no moving parts, right? So I will take and put my appendix carry gun away, and then I will access my phone. But I'm always ready to just simply drop the phone to go back to the gun if I need to. So I purposely staged on this side because I am absolutely not, I've done it before, I am not going to split my attention between a gun and a phone.
Yeah. But how many times have people, they do this, so they don't have a grip because they're trying to use their phone.
Yes. So it's a training thing too that you can, and let's pretend like this is a phone. It's a training thing to drop this and go to the phone. Yeah. Or maybe you're here and whoa, and you drop and go to the gun.
I think that's maybe something we'll have to talk about on another video.
So these are the things that I currently carry. Okay, of course, there's my keys, my house keys, my truck keys, and because too long as a cop, I always got a handcuff key because maybe he's going to take you prisoner and I might have to handcuff myself. It's just a habit, right? I got handcuff keys with me all the time. So I carry my keys also on my non-dominant side in my front hip pocket. The reason being is if I think something is bad, right? I had something bad happen at our local grocery store about a mile away here. And I think I wrote about it 2 or 3 months ago on the Defenders USA Facebook page. You can go see it. Where I had to deal with four dudes who were looking to do some bad things. I kept this hand near the gun. In fact, at one point I think I got on the gun, but I wanted to be able to get to my keys quickly and unlock the vehicle and get back in the vehicle, and I wanted this hand free. So I purposely staged these keys on my left hand side. So anyways, just so you can see, and of course, sunglasses. I carry these everywhere. I actually don't wear them a lot. I don't like to wear them, but there is a time and a place that I don't want my eyes seen. So I'll quickly bring these things down so I can look at things without pretending like I'm looking at them, and so my eyes are obstructed. When I teach on the range, I like to not go with sunglasses because I like people to see my eyes, and then I violate it when it's too bright. But I look at these as part of my everyday carry because sometimes I want people to not know what I'm actually looking at. Does that make sense? Yep. So these are the things I tend to carry. There's more we could talk about, but we just wanted to show you kind of the stuff that we do. And if you guys notice the similarities. Oh, one other thing. If you notice the belt buckle, right? He had his belt buckle on this side. I tend to put mine on this side, over here on my right side, and I bring it far around. The reason being, again, blue gun, the reason being, if I don't get it far around on my hip, when I drive down to this gun and grab this gun, my fingertips bang into the metal of that and it hurts. But if I put it over here, I have a hard time putting other stuff here. So I put it on this side so I can easily go to it, and I bring it far around here. So my belt buckle goes on differently than most people, and as you can see, I'm doing it there. I also have a leather. It's a very strong leather belt buckle, but because of my bony hips and slightly getting fat gut and everything else, I'm not a perfect circle, so those hard, stiff gun belts hurt me a bit, and I want something more flexibility, but I can also wrench down pretty tight, so I tend to go with a pretty good, solid, sturdy, but flexible leather belt. I just like them. So that's what I personally use. I think out of his kit that he carries, I'm going to get rid of this thing, and I'm going to go get the Wilderness Tactical AFAC that he has, because as I look at his compared to mine, I can see it's a lot better than mine. So because of him, I've learned something here. I'm going to go change my everyday carry too. So anyways, there you go.
Awesome. I think something that your experience way outdoes mine. I'm only 5, 6 years, 7 years into the gun world. I don't know, forever, but a lot of this is similar.
Yeah, very similar.
And you're going to find that between all the shooters. I mean, you start talking to Brian Hill or Chris Bean or, a lot of the guys that we do communicate with often. There's little differences, but a lot of it's the same. Yeah,
and it's funny. We'll argue about little nuances, but it all comes down the same. One last thing I want to talk about, of course, with my wallet. Now, I'm not going to show you the details, but I carry I've got the ID on the outside. I make sure that ID is always facing the inside in my back right pocket. It's always there. And when this wallet comes out from a safety standpoint, when the wallet comes out, every time it's always facing me or my hand is over it so other people or cameras can't read it or capture it as easily. And if I happen to set it down, which I tend not to, it's always face down. So I tend to do that all the time, and I would suggest that if you have one of these wallets where the ID is on the outside, you don't set it to where people can freeze frame, capture, whatever else, get your information. So that is a habit of mine. It's always face down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, boys and girls.
Good information.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Sure appreciate that. Hope this is helpful to you. Like, subscribe to our YouTube channels if you don't mind. They're both up here, by the way. You can see the Defenders USA one. You can see his.
Soper Firearms
Training, the YouTube. We got a bunch of stuff up there. Hey, and we're learning how to do this, right? We're not the world's greatest at this.
We're just getting into all the YouTube stuff.
I mean, he's got a face for TV. I got one for radio, but we're learning, all right? So at least you can get beauty in his channel.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, boys and girls, take care.